Yeah, I mean, I feel like these guys hired me because I felt like I still have the talent to go do what I want to do and be one of those guys that could be a consistent top 10 guy. That's where I want to be. That's the window I want to get into.
Colt became available at the end of 2024. You know, we just thought he'd be a perfect addition to the team. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of speed.
Lots of contenders. Who's going to take it? Here we go! Roczen takes the lead.
I mean, I think Ken and Colt have a shot at this championship. Definitely Ken.
Checkers in sight! Roczen wins!
'24 was lots of ups and downs. Started out really strong. Ken came out, won the first heat, looking good, confident. Everyone was excited, and then first turn totally went sideways, and he had to come from dead last. Rode really good, but unfortunately started off with a 10th. And then Ken started really getting into groove, got podiums, got that win at Glendale, which was start to finish awesome. You know, standard Ken, just come out firing and putting down heaters right out of the gate. So he really started getting momentum going, clawed himself back into the points chase, and I believe was at Nashville. You know, had a mechanical, and unfortunately, you know, sidelined him for the rest of the series, which huge bummer. We were all cheering and rooting and screaming because he was, you know, doing his thing, putting up a fight, you know, chasing for to get into the lead. I think with Eli and Jet there, and yeah, so really kind of took the wind out of everyone's sails at that point. But you know, learned a lot of things. I made a lot of adjustments based on what we learned, and here we are.
We are at Wilbur Hahn's house. This is candidate for trainer of the year, troll training, the whole nine. We're here, we got a windy day. We're supposed to do an outside cycle, but the weather's terrible, so boys are all inside today. Indoor suffer. Yeah, name is Colt Nichols, racing for the H.E.P Progressive Suzuki Twisted T team. There it is. Moto was always just something that I liked. You know, my dad was into it. I wanted to be like my dad when I was little, and lo and behold, he got me a bike and started really local, you know, kind of trying to just get into it, see where we were. Then yeah, started to go to nationals, did okay, and then yeah, just more and more, then progressed, and eventually the rest is history, and ended up in the position we're in now.
Kind of touch on some of the struggles you've had, injuries or maybe just mental battles or anything like that, and how has that brought you to like where you are today?
Yeah, I mean the struggles, I mean everyone has their own little sack of rocks to carry, and I think for all of us we've had the struggle, you know, the injury bug or whatever with the sport, and if you can avoid that, that's the best thing, you know, but for me unfortunately I haven't been able to in previous, and that's just really tough. I feel like I'm always starting from square one, where a lot of these guys have been on this big build for 3 or 4 years consecutive, and it seems like we would go on a nice run for a year, get injured, then that puts you back 6 months, and then you're playing catch up, and it's just really difficult. You know, when you go up against guys like Eli and Jet and Coop, like guys that never really get that injured, and they just have this huge base of fitness, and that's really tough, you know, and then feeling confident on the bike and things like that, and for me it seems like that's been an issue, you know, coming back and you're struggling to kind of find your feet, and that's been a hard part. But like I said, everyone kind of has that a little bit. It's just who can manage it the best, and I feel like considering my circumstances I've done all right with it, but I'd love to be a little bit better mentally, be a little stronger with you know, putting myself in that position and not letting that bother me as much. I think that's a big piece of it, but yeah, brick by brick we're trying to lay them down and get to where we want to be.
Yeah, I
think good. You know, you always have to go to the first race with an open mind and just see what happens. It's there's a lot of action, a lot of pressure in the first race, so you need to really go in and not put too much pressure on yourself and just kind of see what comes on the weekend. And then, I mean, it's 17 races, so there's a lot of racing going to happen.
Colt being more of a stylish guy on and off the bike, you know, he definitely brings kind of a new energy. Do you kind of hope Colt brings some more of that style factor to the Suzuki brand?
Absolutely. You know, when you go to these races, you have all the young riders and fans coming and looking up to the riders, and that's what part of the brand is. You know, being cool, having people want to be a part of what you're doing. You know, as a whole unit. Maybe they're a fan of Colt, maybe they're a fan of the H.E.P team, maybe they're a fan of Kenny, but as a whole, it's, you know, wanting people to be involved with our brand.
This is actually pretty sad. So the amount of t-shirts that I have, and they're pretty much all Dirt Studios shirts, to be honest. Donnie just keeps sending me shirts and they're awesome, so that's what my whole closet is. But then we have all kinds of random stuff. This is where my pants is. All my pant options. And then a bunch of other random new stuff. Might wear this weekend. Anaheim tee from Donnie. This one's pretty sick. So this is all my size. Pretty sad. And this is her side. Hers is not as big. That's kind of pathetic, but it is what it is. So for this weekend, for Anaheim, I just got this. Kind of sick. So we might run that with, I don't know, just some sort of pants. We got a lot of pant options, but for the weekend, I just got these loafers that are green to match the green jacket I just showed you guys. So this is a sneak peek of the fit. I don't know, I can't decide what I'm gonna wear yet, but maybe I might run the loafers. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when I put it on. And if it doesn't look good when I put it on, I'm not gonna wear it. It's all about how you feel, you know what I mean? We went very cozy casual this morning. I got my OU repping. Not a whole lot here. That's right. We're here to race, dude.
Heat 2 and a 2, 450s, here we go! Top 4 go through, 450 LCQ.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like these guys hired me because they felt like I still have the talent to go do what I want to do, and be one of those guys that can be a consistent top 10 guy. That's where I want to be. That's the window I want to get into, and I think they believe in me to go do that. So for me, I want to just fulfill that obligation to the team and to myself, and mainly just for me. That's where I want to be. You know, like I want to get to that point, and if I do that, the team will be happy, I'll be happy, and I feel like that's where I want to be. So. Like I said, just kind of brick by brick trying to get there, and then help develop the bike if I can, and I think that's my role.
Ready to go, 450 style, here in San Diego. Drop that gate, let's go! Let's do it again! 450 main is on!
Colt became available at the end of 2024, like right after Supercross. And, you know, we just thought he'd be a perfect addition to the team. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of speed. It's taken a little bit for him to get up and going, but, you know, I think in the long run, it's going to be a lot better to get through Supercross. He kind of struggled at the beginning of Supercross, but I think we've kind of fixed a lot of the things that were the problems, and we'll find out this weekend.
Well, you're covered by America's #1 motorcycle insurer, so you got nothing to worry about. Oh, I was using my dry cleaning receipt as a bookmark.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna have to get an all-new wardrobe. You know how hard it is to find white? It's after Labor Day.
Here it is. 450 Heat 2 revs up. Gate down. Momentum, hoist, Braggy rights on the line, rolls her up, gates down in Anaheim.
What do you think maybe you're missing pieces specifically to get you to where you want to be?
I think overall the missing piece is just putting myself in a good position to succeed, and I feel like I haven't done that so far. You know, giving myself a chance, you know, out of the gate, being up front, battling with the guys, seeing the pace, that's like the first way you can actually do it, and then whether you stick there or not, you have to see it first to actually do it. So for me, it's just putting myself in a better position. Once I do that, I think mentally it would help me quite a bit, you know, to feel like you're one of the guys and put yourself in that spot every single time.
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. This is our 3rd year doing it. We have a multi-year partnership with Dixon, and they're a really big supporter and component of the team. So just coming out in Phoenix, you know, their home race and stuff like that, and we have a cool colorway on the bikes and stuff, and then coming out here and going to interact and engage with the fans and just seeing the fan turnout and stuff, you know, the night before the race is really, really neat. This is something that we're going to continue to do here in Phoenix, and we hope to see it grow, and just, you know, it's awesome to have a partnership with them, and let's do good tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not bad. We put together a little something, you know. I had to. I was slacking a little bit the past few weekends, so we put together a little something light. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a completely different atmosphere than a lot of other teams. It reminds me a lot of being at Star. That was a really, really big family, and Bobby was, you know, head honcho there, and, you know, he kind of set you straight when you needed it. But overall, I felt like they really cared about what I was doing, about me, about my career, the decisions we were making, and very patient with me. You know, being injured is a tough part of the sport, and every single time they were very, very patient with me and allowed me to do what I felt like I needed to do. And I get the same kind of vibes here at this team. So it was like very comforting, you know, once I got the call to ride for this team and we accepted. And you know, ever since then, it's been just awesome. Like, everyone here is really, really good and felt like they care about my best interests, and that's a nice feeling.
It was good. We made like some pretty big bike changes this week, and then today did some more, and just feel a lot more normal, a lot more like myself. It's just a lot easier for me to ride the bike the way I want to. So I was pumped, dude. I'm going to keep going that direction, and I'm stoked, though. It's a really good morning so far.
we go, Triple Crown 450 race 1. Lots of contenders. Who's going to take it? Here we go. Roczen takes the lead. Roczen has not won a Triple Crown race since Dallas in 2020, nearly 5 years ago. Can he make it happen? Checkers in sight. Roczen wins.
It was a good day. We had a rough start of the day, so we just had to put it together, and that one you really had to dig deep and get that position. If you got that position, you would put it on the podium, so it was good. I'm super pumped.
You can never be disappointed when you're on the podium, right? So obviously we saw what Ken can do. He gets out front. We haven't had the chance to do that yet until today. So, you know, main 2 was really neat to see. Led every lap, and we just never got the chance to do that again. So just got to go back to the starts and stuff, keep on working towards it. So only 2 points out of the lead still. Back on the box, 3 out of 4 rounds. Super stoked with the way he's been riding. I think the bike's great. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet this year. Yeah, you know, I think for him it's just baby steps right now. You know, I think he got better each main, and we just need to continue to see that progression throughout the year. Hopefully that comes sooner rather than later, because I know that he's very, very talented and he has what it takes to run towards the front. So we need to get him up into that top 10 and just go from there.
How is it like having someone like Ken and Chiz, kind of two opposites in a way, but like what is it like having those two being able to help you succeed?
Yeah, I mean, having the teammates here that I have with Ken and Kyle is just, I mean, it's experience, you know, and like you can't buy that a lot of times, and Ken is still a race winning, you know, one of the best guys I've ever seen on a dirt bike, and Kyle's just been doing this for so long. He knows the ropes, he knows what to do, what not to do, and that's really reassuring for me. When it comes to the bike stuff, it helps a lot. They've been on the Suzuki platform for a while, and you know, me, I'm only a few months in, so I think that's the biggest thing, helping me kind of progress with the bike. And then the racing is the racing. You know, you try and figure that out on your own and get to it where you can. But mainly for the team, the bike, kind of understanding how things work. And these guys have so much experience, it makes it easy for me.
I mean, I think Ken and Colt have a shot at this championship. Definitely Ken. You know, it's something that he has eluded him throughout his career. I think he can do it. I think that the steps we've taken for this year will help. You know, we'll see. We have to take it weekend by weekend. We have a lot of racing left. It started out on the right foot, but we still have a bunch of racing left. So we're having fun every weekend. So we'll see where it takes us.